What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. There's just a few things I want to go over before I get started with this repair. So all the tools and the back camera assembly, the links for that is going to be in the description. You can buy them via Amazon. The parts are very cheap. And another thing I just wanted to say is if you are thinking about getting your back camera assembly repaired through a repair shop, please do not. This is a very easy repair and anyone can do it for very cheap. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoy the repair. Alright, so let's jump right into this repair. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pentalobe screwdriver and I am going to unscrew the bottom screws. Alright, so now that my pentalobe screws are out, I'm going to go ahead and lift up the digitizer from my frame. So lifting up your digitizer on an iPhone 6 is relatively easy. On an iPhone 6s, there's adhesive underneath, so it might be a little bit harder. So now that we've got that digitizer lifted up, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to unscrew the two screws at the bottom of my phone that cover the battery port. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and unplug my battery. Now that my battery is unplugged, I'm going to go to the top of my phone and unscrew the 5 screws that cover my flex cables that lead to my digitizer. So now the shield that covers my flex cables is off. You're going to lightly take your fingernail and just pop them up. And while you're doing this, do not forget to unplug your battery, because if you leave your battery plugged in, you can get a power surge. Okay, so now that my phone is in 2 pieces, I can now remove my broken camera assembly. So there are 2 screws right by the camera assembly, and those 2 screws hold on a shield over the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and take off those 2 screws. So now that we've got the 2 screws off, now we can pop the shield off and we can remove our back camera assembly. So connected to our back camera assembly, there is also a flex cable, and just like the flex cables that come from your digitizer, you just want to take your fingernail and lightly pry them up. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to toss your bad camera assembly and take the camera assembly that you purchased via Amazon and pop it right back in, just like you took out the old one. So now that we have our new camera assembly in and the flex cable is plugged in, it's time to just put everything back together. So we're going to start with taking our shield that covers the back camera assembly and putting those 2 screws back on. So at this point, you've successfully replaced your back camera assembly and you're just putting everything back together like I said. So you're going to grab your digitizer and lightly place your flex cables in the flex cable ports. So as these are going in, you want to feel and hear a nice snap to it, and you should be good. we have our digitizer on and our digitizer shield is also on. So next thing you want to do is you want to go down to the bottom of your phone and plug in your battery. And after you've plugged in your battery, you want to put the shield back on. So now that your battery shield is back on and you're all plugged in and good to go, all you have to do is snap your phone back together, put your pentalobe screwdrivers in, and you're good. You have a working back camera assembly. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. Don't forget that the parts needed for this repair are in the description. Buy them via Amazon. They're very cheap. Thank you so much.